In today's more fuller bearded version of Drama Alert, I typically stay away from YouTube and Twitch policy and politic videos, but it is a sad day for Twitch streamers, and it's going to be a sad day possibly for a lot of VR rhythm game streamers, although there are plenty more VR games that this will be applicable to, and it's bumming everyone out more than the last Star Wars trilogy. I'm of course talking about the recent DMCA takedowns, a lot of them all coming at once on Twitch for videos on demand that are ranging from 2017 all the way up to 2019, putting every Twitch streamer in a perpetual fear loop that their channel may get DMC takedowns, leading to a Thanos snap out of existence. Using certain audio clips in your videos has always been a concern. This is not a new news situation. However, this is the first time in Twitch history that en masse so many DMCA takedown and strikes have been given out at the same time, and I'm a little nervous about where this is going to go in the future because all things hint that this will probably become the standard. But to at least give a bit of good news first, thank you to Yamazaki showing me this bundle for racial justice and equality going on right now on itch.io. Game developers with some interesting VR titles and many non-VR related titles donated over 740 projects to be part of this. Now you pay what you want at $5 being the minimum, and you'll get over $3,400 worth of games while donating to a good cause. 50% of it will be going to the NAACP Defense and Educational Fund, and the other 50 going to the Community Bail Fund. Link will be in the video description for those interested giving to this good cause. For the non-creators and those unfamiliar with the process, there is a big difference between a copyright claim or content ID claim and a DMCA takedown or copyright strike. A copyright or content ID claim is fair to use, it's fair game, however all monetary incentives of that video will go to the copyright holder. It sucks for video creators, but it is the system, and it's a way for YouTube, Twitch, and other entities like that to defend its platform a little bit. A DMC takedown, however, is a little more serious. That is a complete removal of the video along with a copyright strike, and those strikes basically are a permanent mark on your record. Just having a copyright strike, depending on the platform, does come with repercussions, including streaming options when you can post things like that. And of course, if you get more than 3 copyright strikes, you are Thanos snapped out of existence. You are gone off the platform guaranteed. Although this situation is less on Twitch, they really didn't change anything, and we'll get into that in a second. I've always been a little disappointed with Twitch for VR use. VR use on Twitch is very hard to discover and very hard to find, and kudos to every single content creator who's on Twitch doing VR content. You already have enough barriers to entry for the niche. It's already hard enough to get viewers to watch, and Twitch doesn't really make it easy for you at all. I know back in 2019, there actually was a virtual reality category that you could specifically click, and it made it a little bit easier to identify and find VR related content. And at one point that was taken down. Now I have not been able to confirm. I was a little lazy on the research if that's back. However, a quick search on my phone, that category is definitely not on the phone app that I could find easily where it used to be. So I'm not really liking how Twitch makes it even harder to find VR content. And that of course brings us to Beat Saber and the Twitch community. And while yes, this can apply to way more VR games than just Beat Saber, I think it's safe to say it's the most popular VR rhythm game and one that has always dominated the public eye online. Whatever you think of Beat Saber, whether you are a diehard player or you're over it constantly being compared to every rhythm game coming out, it has done immeasurable good for the VR scene, and with the addition of live mixed reality, it's not too much of a stretch to say it's VR's #1 advertisement to sell headsets. I've seen an influx on Twitter of a lot of Beat Saber streamers specifically who are deleting all of their old video on demands, all those memories gone. They're really not sure what to do, and there's a lot of paranoia on the correct course of action moving on, and that's really unfortunate. I've even seen a couple Beat Saber streamers saying they are done with Beat Saber, they're going to move on to other VR games, and while that's terrific that they have that option, some people don't. And in addition, anytime a content creator doesn't do exactly what they want, it's not great for your mental health. It's really just, it drags you down after a while. So I feel bad for the ones who feel pressured out of what they love. Now, Beat Saber does make it pretty clear what songs should be good to use without worry, the official soundtracks 1, 2, and 3, but paid music packs may still have Content ID turned on, and this doesn't even include custom songs, which is what most Beat Saber players are worried about. Why this is currently happening right now, and why I suspect it will keep on happening, is really the slow, intravenous drip of money into the veins of big corporations has slowed down, of course, due to coronavirus in the world affairs. I see a lot of hate against Twitch specifically for not defending its creators, not defending the people who hold its platform up, but in reality, Twitch didn't enact anything different. Twitch hasn't changed. In fact, the laws surrounding all this have not changed as well. What's happening right now has been the long known repercussions or possible repercussions of using media that you do not own, and unfortunately, these corporations who have let it slide this unwritten agreement, which I liked, and I think it's the way it should be, this unwritten agreement. Well, they're finally cashing in their chips because they are not making the money they used to and are now trying to get it any way possible. Now, fair use can be a defense in some situations against a DMC takedown. However, it is not a right, and Twitch is not judge on these. When they get an order for a DMC takedown, they have to oblige. Really, the biggest way to enact change is through legislative means and using your vote to find people in politics who understand technology and the slippery dark slope that can happen when DMC is abused or fairly called out. The only possible thing Twitch could do for those who are at risk of getting multiple quick strikes from a library of VODs is up the limit of strikes or put a manual review on all channels who hit the limit and make case-by-case exceptions. I really hate seeing a niche that is just already very small, already has so many barriers to entry, and it's already hard enough to get people to view VR content and be interested in VR, and you have this momentum being taken away from media platforms like Twitch and probably YouTube soon as well that just takes all the gas out of a lot of fun and ways that we can market VR to people. Obviously, in a lot of my videos, I use clips that are not of my own, and there is that unwritten agreement that it's under fair use, but at any time, that could be threatened and just be more hassle than it's worth. In a way, there are really no malicious entities, whether the content creators, Twitch themselves, YouTube, or even these corporations. In reality, we're all just following the law. However, anytime you bring up copyright law, the copyright system, it's kind of taboo. You just don't do that, when in reality, it's a very flawed system and needs to be reevaluated what's best for everybody. But these takedowns are real if you are a content creator, especially on Twitch right now, with companies not racking in anywhere near the cash they used to, live concerts gone, all that stuff. This is likely going to only ramp up as people try to find alternate means of revenue. And if you're a streamer and use any audio, be very careful, be judicious in it, and I wish the best for everyone, but please, you work hard on your channel. Please stay safe out there and don't lose all this hard work that you did. Now, what do you think about the situation? What do you think can be done to enact change? And for those Twitch streamers who were using copyrighted music, tell me what changes you guys are making and what your thoughts are on the entire situation. I'm very interested in hearing that. Please leave a like, of course, to support this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe. I know many of you watch these videos are not subscribed, and hitting that button makes it a little easier for you to find my videos. And of course, I'll see you in the next one, Space Cowboys.